Cowboys rounding out their 18-week offering. We know one's moving on and one is not. Commanders still playing for a 6 or a 7 seed, which might be a massive difference when you take a look at those potential opponents. A win here locks up the 6 seed for the Commanders. Opening drive of the game, Jaden Daniels drops back. Micah Parsons says hello. His 10th sack of the season. Parsons, the 4th player in NFL history with 10+ in each of his first 4 seasons. Not the only Cowboy looking to make some history. Kick through the uprights for Brandon Aubrey. We've said it all season. Cowboys up 3-0. Aubrey breaks his own franchise record for most made field goals in a season with 37. All field goals in the first half. Dallas leading 6-3 going to the break. That's Marcus Mariota coming on for Jaden Daniels. Not injury related, just put him on ice, take care of business. Mid-third, Mariota to Zach Ertz. Veterans doing it. Commanders up 10-9. Mariota 5 for 5, 60 yards on that drive. Early 4th, keeps it himself. Won by ground for good measure. Commanders up 16-12 after a missed 2-point conversion. That's touchdowns and back-to-back drives. Ensuing Cowboys drive, Rico Dowdle, shoulder Don, finds the end zone. Spinning people around like a top. Cowboys up 19-16, just the 2nd touchdown of the season for Dowdle. Mariota trying to lead a late game-winning drive here.
You got it.
Down 19-16. Finds some space. And then 6 ticks remaining. Mariota on 2nd and goal to the corner of the end zone. Terry McLaurin climbs the ladder. Commanders up 23-19. And that is your final. Dramatic end to the season, and what a season it's been for the Commanders as Washington goes on to win this one, clinch the 6th seed in the NFC playoffs. It's their most wins in a single season since 1991. You know what happened in 1991 for Washington? Super Bowl. Lombardi. One of them ones. Commanders get 12 wins this season after all the struggles of the decade past, but there is a quarterback there, and there is a belief growing that Washington can not just be a playoff team, but someone to make some noise come postseason time.
I thought you were talking about the Huskies winning the national championship. Wrong Washington.
Back in studio, Ryan Wilson, Emery Hunt, Joe Musso, here to explore some of maybe what we saw this season, not in this 60 minutes, from Washington and Dallas as well. First, let's go on the team that's playing on, and that's Washington, who's completely flipped the script behind this star quarterback that they have in the rookie in Jaden Daniels. This is a team that's going to be a 6 seed, a 12-win team, Ryan. From where they were to where they are now, you got to give so much of that credit to the quarterback, but how do you spread it out here? Because it is a team accomplishment this season for Washington.
Yeah, to the quarterback, to the head coach Dan Quinn, to the general manager Adam Peters, to the owner Josh Harris, because they have turned this thing around in record time, quickly, right?
Yep.
Jaden Daniels is a grand slam, and we talked about the quarterback situation, hit or miss, but they hit a home run with Brandon Coleman, their 3rd-round pick, who we thought might play guard at some point when he was drafted out of TCU, put him in left tackle. Luke McCaffrey's been helpful in the return game and is a number 3 receiver. Mikey Sanders, still the nickelback out of Michigan, who is an absolute baller, former wide receiver, has made plays there. So taken all together, and Johnny Newton, by the way, but a foot injury coming out, the defensive tackle out of Illinois. So taken all together, and the culture change. We talked about this earlier with your Bears. Culture is a huge part of getting the most out of these players, whether they're in high school or whether they're 25, 30 years old, and that's exactly what's happened. And once the winning starts happening and the momentum starts building, and you saw with Jaden Daniels as he was on the bench for the last 3 quarters watching Marcus Mariota, this team is dangerous. Now, 12 wins, we'll see what happens. Everyone in the playoffs is going to be a good team to face, but they have to feel really good with where they are. And by the way, redemption story for Cliff Kingsbury, the OC, because the book on him was great in the first half of the season, and then everything falls apart. Well, the Cardinals still stunk without him second half of the season. So there's a lot of praise to go around, but I think it starts with the front office, head coaching staff, and, of course, Jaden Daniels.
Linear leadership. The last time I saw something like this was in 2006 with the New Orleans Saints. You bring in Sean Payton. What he does, he goes out and signs Drew Brees. They draft Reggie Bush. Undrafted free agent, they bring in Marcus Coulson. Free agent signing, unheralded, they bring in Joe Horn. All of those guys led that Saints team to the postseason in Sean Payton's first year, and we know the run he had in New Orleans. So when you have linear leadership from GM, owner, coach, scouts, you have success like this. And so we saw that this year in Washington. So I'm excited to see what they do, not only for in the postseason, but to build on this moving forward.
We got more highlights to get to at the top of the hour. Before that, one-word answer. Has Mike McCarthy coached his last game of the Dallas Cowboys?
Nope.
No.
No. We got more HQ coming next, and a thought there on the Cowboys as well. Coming up, highlights from one that hung in the balance with With the Commanders win, the Packers locked into the 7 seed, but we didn't learn that until throughout this one, late in it. It's Bears-Packers. It always matters. Mid-first quarter, no score. A wrinkle here from the Bears and their punt return. Had everybody looking on the right side, but top side of your screen. It's Josh Blackwell, and he's going to saunter into the end zone for the punt return. 94 yards, a little sleight of hand with everybody looking for DJ Moore, but punts over there, fellas. Bears up 7-0 with a little trickeration in the third phase. Then things go from bad to worse for Green Bay. Ensuing Packer drive. Love pressured. Shovels it to Josh Jacobs. A nice play there, but gets hit as he throws and slams his arm into the ground or hand into a lineman's helmet. Removed from the game with a right elbow injury. Was feeling it down there in the pinky. Packers cut the deficit to 1 heading to the fourth quarter, early fourth. Bears on the Packers 32. DJ Moore. He wants more. He gets more. Bears up 21-13 after a made PAT, but we've seen this team squander it before. Malik Willis has been solid when called upon this day and this season. Under 5 to go. Giving his guy a shot. Malik Heath going up over Tyreek Stevenson. Down to the Bears 21. What a catch. Next play. Manuel Wilson bounces it off the right side, and he's going to get the pylon. Packers down 21-19 after failing on their 2-point conversion. Ensuing Bears drive.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Just under 2 minutes. 1st and 20 after a penalty on first down. It was a holding. After a positive play, DJ Moore puts it on the ground. That one not reviewed, but a huge mistake there by Moore, and the Packers looking to take advantage and take the lead on 4th and 4. There it is. Kick is up, and it's good. Tale as old as time. The streak continues, but wait. Caleb Williams, one last drive for the season. No timeouts in his pocket, 14 ticks. Attacks the middle of the field, finds Moore, atones for his sins. They get to the line, they clock it. Going to give Cairo Santos the look at a kick. And if you...
All right, back into Game Day Scoreboard, presented by the all-electric Acura ZDX, precision crafted performance. All right, here's your NFL, or NFC anyway, playoff picture. The Lions and Vikings are going to play. Whoever wins is the 1 seed. Whoever loses is the 5 seed. If they tie, the Lions are the 1 seed because they beat the Vikings in the last play earlier in this season. Eagles locked into that 2. Rams are going to be that 3. And then obviously you have what's going on. It's either going to be Atlanta or Tampa to win the South. So you have a game right here. It's in Detroit. Lions are very beat up. Given 2.5. 56.5 is the total. 56.5 is the total. And you see the money line there as well. All right, let's get Mike McClure, Jason Lockenfor in. I'm Eric Casillas. Game Day Scoreboard. All right, Jen.